Hey, good evening. I almost didn't do my video again. I'm so bad, but here I am doing the video. Um, so tonight I'm remembering our fine Unisonus boys did this fantastic video called the Sensory Overload Tank, which was a bit of a inverse on the sensory deprivation tank. That one it's so funny because they both were kind of menacing in their own way. Like the sensory deprivation tank they had done a few weeks prior, was like kind of like a quiet menacing where Ethan was kind of like had that heavy blanket over Mark in that tub, and like it was like almost this weird waterboarding effect. Well, in the sensory overload tank, like they had this heavy metal music playing, and I think they made the water like black or something, and they were like screaming at each other, and they had like bright flashing lights. I can't remember what all they did, but it was a lot of fun, and I loved that they did this sort of interesting thing of sometimes they would do a video and then they would try to attempt to do the opposite of that video. So I think that's a fun thing that they did. But I don't really have much to contribute or say, and I was kind of thinking about that today about how I wish I were making more interesting content, and I wish I were doing fun stuff like this, screaming at one of my good friends and colleagues in a tub, and just doing crazy crap and getting paid for it. That's incredible. Sorry, I just went like on a whole stupid rant, but basically all I have to say about it is like I'm not doing work that is super fulfilling to me and like my sense of self, and like makes me go to bed at the end of the day and be like, yeah, that was a good work day. Like, I definitely think I felt that way when I was bartending at the Fox Theater. I loved that. And I would always, I feel like there's some work where there's like a tangible product where you can be satisfied with the tangible product at the end of the day. And like that's one thing that can be rewarding about creative work is cuz sometimes when I create a tangible product like these videos, I'm not always satisfied with them. And like, sure, I made something, but of what value? Something about working in like the beverage industry, sometimes to me, like, if you make a really satisfying beverage, there's something satisfying about that. So that's kind of why I've carved out a little bit of a career for myself in that niche, but especially with bars being closed down and everything right now, like that, there's not a lot of opportunity for me to grow in that way, in a way that is cost effective for me, or in a way that like is safe. So, I'm definitely enjoying I'm very grateful for the work that I do have right now. But today, like I worked on this project that was kind of tedious. I wasn't really satisfied with the final product. I did the work, but I don't even know if it's really to the specifications that it should be at. And that was kind of frustrating for me because that's another thing is like sometimes I feel like, especially I feel like this is a big issue in our whole economic system is we people do work that they don't even know if they're really good at it. They don't really care if they're good at it, and they just kind of do it to get through the end of the day. And I feel like that is kind of an issue with some industries is that there's a lot of people that just have the job because it's just a job. And that's just like a thing. But all that aside, again, I'm ranting, I'm rambling. Um, all I gotta say is like I wish I were doing more fulfilling work, and I like to believe that that can happen someday for me. But right now, I'm just trying to get through the day, and I'm trying to get through this. But hey, you know what? I got this video done, so that's one thing I can definitely say that I did that is hopefully conducive to a sort of building a better a better sense of self for me. I didn't do all the things I wanted to do for myself. I did kind of want to go for a run, but it got kind of late. And if I run too late at night, then I just don't sleep. And anyways, I just finished folding some laundry though. I'm going to put it away and I'm going to call it a night because I have some early work days ahead of me. And that's just how it's going to be for a minute. But I'll see you guys tomorrow.